Stop for a moment and think about the people in your life. It's probably safe to say someone you know is sick.
Now, we're not talking about having the sniffles or maybe an upset stomach. We're talking about a serious chronic disease, something like heart disease, stroke, cancer, diabetes, obesity, arthritis, asthma, even epilepsy, just to name a few. And by the way, heart disease and cancer are the most common.
According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, about half of all adults, or 117 million people, had one or more chronic health conditions in 2012. 1 in 4 adults had 2 or more. The CDC reports chronic diseases are responsible for 7 of 10 deaths each year. And treating people with chronic diseases accounts for 86% of healthcare costs. With the world's most advanced medical system, have you ever wondered why we're not healthier?
Yuck. Well, there is a doctor that says that question is pulling her into a whole new approach to medicine, and it's one that she believes is the wave of the future.
And that's just the laser melting away.
Dr. Leslie Masters has 17 years of postgraduate medical training and more than 20 years as a practicing physician, all of which left her with one nagging question.
Why is it that in a day and age when we have the most advanced medical care ever in the history of mankind, do we have a population full of sick, insomniac, stressed out, overweight people?
Masters believes the answer doesn't lie in our bodies, but in our environment, which has changed dramatically over the years. Forget the stress hormones that come from running from a saber-toothed tiger.
Nowadays, I'm more likely to be running from the IRS or my ex-wife. My hormones go up, but they'll go up and stay up for years, and our bodies were just not designed to do that.
The result, she says, is a sick nation that's getting sicker, with skyrocketing rates of obesity, diabetes, and heart disease. To find the answers to this cycle, Masters believes we need to expand the scope of traditional medicine. Along with her medical degree, she's now getting a master's degree in the field of metabolic medicine.
In traditional medical school, I know how to treat you once you're sick, but do I know how to keep you healthy? I thought I did. I really thought I did, until I started doing some of these classes and I realized I didn't have a clue.
So what exactly is metabolic medicine? Masters says it's an individual approach to health care looking inside the body at up to 250 biomarkers, checking enzymes, hormone levels, vitamin levels, inflammation, and creating a plan specifically for you. Metabolic medicine is similar to something called integrative medicine, both of which are gaining a foothold in respected medical schools and hospitals around the country. Not everyone is sold, though. Some critics call the approach a fad, saying it lacks scientific evidence. Dr. Leslie Masters begs to differ.
Everything that I practice is evidence-based medicine.
No matter what science says, some of her patients say it's working.
It's totally changed how I live.
Tisha Davidson is an ICU nurse at a large hospital, a job that puts her under tremendous stress each and every day. And she says her body was showing the strain.
I started not sleeping. I would wake up after 2 hours, have a hard time going back to sleep. And this went on for like a year. I started waking up with anxiety attacks.
Come in.
By the time Tisha made her way to Dr. Masters, she was on medication for both anxiety and depression. Masters suspected a hormone imbalance, but the metabolic testing found something else, a problem with Tisha's level of amino acids. Masters worked with a compounding pharmacy to come up with a supplement, and Tisha says the results were amazing.
And I'm now sleeping 6, 7, 8 hours now instead of the 3 or 4. It was easy. I stopped all my pharmaceutical medicines that I was taking from the doctor.
And most importantly, she says she's feeling better than ever, which Masters says goes to the heart of metabolic medicine, correcting imbalances before they cause disease.
It has got to be the medicine of the future, or we're all in a lot of trouble.
Now, Dr. Masters says as it becomes more popular, the cost of testing for metabolic medicine is going down, and there are actually some insurance companies that are now willing to pay for it.
That's great news right there. And until we find a way to curb some of these illnesses, the only thing we can do is treat them and, of course, their symptoms. And that's the thing. Some of the chronic diseases we discuss can often lead to other health conditions. One of those conditions is downright annoying. Maybe you're familiar with tossing and turning at night because your partner sounds like a wounded warthog? Okay, that may be a little dramatic, but still, you'd do anything to stop their snoring. As we hear from reporter Stephanie Stahl, here are 3 simple ways that may help.
Are you among the 45% of Americans who do this at night? Or maybe worse, your partner snores. Doctors say it can be more than just a nuisance.
It can be a first symptom of many underlying medical disorders. It can cause poor sleep. It can cause daytime sleepiness.
Dr. Carl DeGromji, the director of the Sleep Center at Jefferson Hospital, says millions are sleep deprived because of snoring. He helped us identify the top 3 simple ways to stop snoring. Number 1, avoid drinking alcohol late at night, right before you go to bed. Doctors say it can over-relax throat muscles, making it harder to breathe at night, making you snore. Number 2, forget about regular socks. You might want to try compression socks.
We think that fluid builds up in the body, and when it does that in some people, it contributes to snoring because it makes the throat smaller. By wearing compression stockings, we can get rid of some of that fluid that's in the legs.
Number 3, sleep position. Try to keep your head elevated, maybe stack a couple of pillows. And there's less snoring when you sleep on your side, so a pillow can keep you from rolling onto your back. And there are devices you can wear on your back that prevent you from rolling over onto your back. Just a few easy ways to stop this so you can get some Z's.
According to experts with the Mayo Clinic, there are a few other things that could help you stop snoring. First, it may help to lose weight. Second, regularly exercise. And as you just heard, it's best to avoid depressants like alcohol, sleeping pills, and sedatives before bedtime. And lastly, it's a good idea to establish regular sleeping patterns. And get this, another reason for your snoring may be that you're still smoking.
Oh, there you go. Well, as you just mentioned, it's no secret that being overweight can cause you to snore. As a matter of fact, being overweight can cause a variety of issues, especially if you're young. Coming up next, we're going to hear the shocking results of a new study regarding children and weight gain, how something that doctors providing may cause them to pack on the pounds without even realizing. We're going to hear more next.
Maybe you can't lose the weight because you're exercising the wrong way. Thousands, maybe even millions have fallen victim to exercise myths. Coming up next, we hear the top 10 ways to ensure you get the most work out of your workout.
And a little later on, we are in the DelmarvaLife kitchen making a delicious jerk shrimp salad, a tasty little dish perfect for summer and chock full of classic Jamaican flavors.
And since we're headed to the kitchen, let's make a pit stop at Rachel Ray's kitchen for another handy how-to tip.
Years ago, my mom took me to Hawaii. Oh, so long ago, but it was so cool. One of the things we did is we went to a pineapple plantation and they taught us if you have an underripe pineapple, how to get it to ripen up again and get nice and sweet. Pull out a couple of the top leaves, turn it upside down, all the sugars and juices redistribute, and you'll end up with perfectly delicious, sweet pineapple.